Good afternoon or good morning, everyone, or depending on where you're joining us from. My name is Jason Rodriguez with Z Prime. We're excited to have you join us back for the March series, the March WE3Live Clean Tech Innovation Series. We have another exciting session to kick off March today, the evolution of customer innovation. Today's session is going to dive into the evolution and effects of positioning the customer at the center of the decision making at the highest level of the electric utility transformation. Today, our guests are Linda Mattis. She is the VP of Customer Operations at Aliant Energy, and Deepak Garg, CEO and founder of Smart Energy Water. Just a quick reminder before we get started, please be sure to submit your questions in the chat. If you guys have been following along since February, you guys know what to do, but please ask your questions, ask them early. Deepak and Linda would do their best to get through them through the session. And also be sure to check the schedule if you're locked in. It's going to be there in your platform. You can see who our guests are coming up over the next few weeks. With that, I want to turn it over to Deepak and Linda. Deepak, take it away.
Thank you, Jason, and good morning, everybody. And thank you, Linda, for joining this session, the W3Live. Very excited.
Glad to be here.
Very excited for sure, having you and getting more and more intelligence from you during this next 30 minutes and have the broader audience to get to know you a little bit more and what are the great stuff Aliant and you are doing as executive as a part of the team. So later, just pretty much I know for sure, I know you a lot, but I think the people will get to know a little bit more today of you. As a VP of Customer Service Operation, two big state, millions of customers you manage. How's a Linda's day look like? What's the top priority comes in your mind? How that fun goes in, on a day? Just I think people would like to know from you.
Well, I'd like to say my days vary a lot, but usually they don't. I start my day with analytics. How are our customers doing? What issues might we have? How are our call centers trending? Looking at complaints and compliments to see if we have any particular issues that are trending. Really focused on how is our customer responding to our systems and our people is how my day goes. And then kind of looking at how do we move forward to even make the experience better for our customers.
I love that, because I think I want to point it out on this because Jason and team did some more research on Aliant and all the great work Aliant been doing. I was very thrilled to know the Aliant customer satisfaction from a digital platform standpoint in App Store trending 4.8 rating, which is more and far than Uber experience when people give an experience of Uber. How that feel, all these initiatives, I know that in last 1.5 years, 2 years, you put it across and seeing that results coming in the hand, like the customer are saying they love Aliant Energy more than Uber. This is truly a great result of all the hard work by the Aliant team and you.
Well, I think when I joined this team a few years ago, I really steeped myself into how our technology was working for our customers. And the reality was it wasn't. It was very difficult, even for a knowledge user, to use our technology. So we really looked at revamping that and making the web app and our mobile app mirror each other. So a customer would have that same experience. And quite frankly, I like to put myself in the customer's shoes and see what's easy for me to use. And I don't use web apps. I only use my smartphone. So I need things that work on my smartphone. And I think a lot of customers are moving that direction. And we had to keep up with technology there. And you just can't compare yourself to other utilities. You have to look at what are the Amazon, Googles, and Ubers of the world doing and look at how customers respond to those. And we've worked closely with SE Smart Energy Systems to really improve those apps.
No, thank you, Linda. I think I can tell you, I think that that's part of the same research which the Z Prime team did. It shows that aligned customer experience, customer satisfaction, and digital transformation journey is far further, compare. It's not like, sometimes we use the word comparison in a bad way, but I think it's a great way because I think what Alliant is today is too far ahead from a satisfaction additional capability standpoint a lot. So I really give this credit to your leadership and broader leadership of Alliant and making that happen. And I think you made a very important point. We all can see that why it is that way because you are thinking, being as a customer service person from a customer standpoint rather than being thinking from operation only standpoint, which is important. But looking from a customer standpoint, I think that's truly show the where the airline is going with the satisfaction. I, I want to really quickly turn around and just because this just came in my mind in the morning, I want to say happy Women's Day. I know it's in advance. I'm doing that. Is on the 8th. I'm great admirer of all the women leader across all the industry, and I have a great respect for all the women leader. And I just feel that uh, there's a great contribution done globally by the women leader. So thanks for all your effort and happy Women Day again in advance.
Thank you, Deepak. I think it speaks to diversity at our company and how important it is for us to have diversity across all thinking platforms because people do think differently, and I think having that balance is important. And 50% of our customers are women.
Thank you. I think that's truly really reflect all your actions, from a aligned company standpoint and you. So I just want to quickly shift our conversation a little bit because I think the Jason and the team Z Prime team it's completely into the W3Live and how the things make exciting. So they put it in front of me and said, Deepak, you need to go for this new way of engaging with the leaders. And I said, I love that. It's called icebreaker, short questions. To get you engaged more and get you know more. So I think I will go with that if you're okay with that. The first question and the first topic I want to know is that did energy find you or you find the energy?
Well, if we're talking about the energy business, it found me. I happened to be working for an architect firm and I got loaned to our local utility and to work in their nuclear area. And I love to learn, and it was something I knew little about. So I jumped in and just loved it and have never left.
Good. That's a great answer. I think we didn't know that. I got to know there's some additional, information today. That was a good one, right? And the second one is, what's something you believe that other people think it's crazy?
Well, I see a future where there is no grid and that every house has its own self-generation, whether it be solar panels or backup generators, batteries. I see a day when batteries are so efficient, we don't have plugins in homes.
Sure.
That
Yeah.
your toaster comes with a battery, and when it runs out, you get rid of it. So I really see an evolution in our industry in the next couple decades that I think a lot of people think I'm crazy.
No, I think all the innovators, all the great leaders who changed the world, they all been called crazy in starting, but eventually people believed in. I think if 100 years back, or even 200 years back, or even 70 years back, if we talk about, hey, we're going to have a wireless communication, we will be on the video talking to each other, people will not believe us. I still remember that Motorola CEO going in New York, walking on the street and saying we can wirelessly talk. I think that was really, I think anything can happen. I think, and when we all know that being part of this industry, we all realize the fact how much important it is for all of us to make this reliable, sustainable, and I think to achieve that goals, irrespective of whatever the craziness will come, get grid, without grid, some places, this will play a big role. The energy and water will play a big role. And I think I don't want to highlight what happened in North America, in Texas. And I think we are with every Texasian, we are with every Texas utility, water, power, gas, doesn't matter. We all want to support them. But I think it's shaked up industry in such a fashion that we all need to think more broader reliability. We need to go deep into the routes we need to truly think how the people connect with the ecosystem of energy and utilities. It's truly powerful. I'll go for the next one. I think I love that. And I really would like to get that because I know I got a lot of advice from you. But what's the best advice you've given to others?
I don't know if it's the best advice, but I truly believe in being authentic. I have no tolerance for fakeness. I think if we're going to be our best selves and deliver, we've got to be authentic. But be yourself.
Lena, if I can say that, my interaction with you, I don't think so. The honesty and being authentic and very openly when you communicate, that's a great thing you have. I think that's really reflect anytime anybody interact with you because the people who are around you will definitely admire of you being very open and being very focused what you want to do. But thank you, for share. And then this is my best one, and I love the Z Prime team putting this across. This is really what would you like to put on billboard?
If I were to put anything on a billboard right now, it would be kind. I just see so much hate in this world right now, and I think it doesn't take much effort to be kind.
Linda, I don't know. I think this is one of the best answer we got. I think be kind, being helpful, being humble. I think these are the things we learned from our teachers, our parents, and society around. But I think somehow we lose that over the period of time. But thank you. That's great. So let me now come to some of the topic I feel that people really want to learn from you, get to know it from your standpoint. During this full year, we are now, I think, completing soon a year of lockdown during this pandemic. What do you feel like how the Alliant continues support the customers? And I just feel that, what I got to know is like Alliant being so customer focused, helping customer, you're helping customer paying their bills, different service. Just would like to know a little bit more detail. What have you been doing in the last 1 year?
Let's go back 1 year because on Tuesday we celebrated our first birthday with our new My Account. And that is a true self-service tool Deepak's company built. And we worked very closely with them to come up with our mobile app and make it very customer friendly. At the same time, build an app where customers could self-serve. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. I think in this case, it was better to be good than lucky. We were really looking at what customers appreciate about the Amazons of the world. And I always joke with our board of how many of you have called Amazon? Well, almost no one has called Amazon. It's in the low percentage points. We wanted to build a system with you where our customers could self-serve in almost every way. And we continue to refine that and have customer panels and really think about that. But during the pandemic, I really say we had a mind shift about our customers. We used to think of customers as residential, commercial, industrials. And now we're trying to think of our customer as a unique being many of who are struggling, many who aren't and want to help. We have tried to set up systems, and we did with you, Deepak, right in the beginning, to allow customers to do their payment arrangements on our My Account. So they didn't have to call in, and if they got into trouble, they could pick their own term. They could pick their own down payment. And it really, I think we've had over 20,000 customers now set up their own payment arrangements, which this time last year, we weren't even thinking about this. And we really turned in a very agile way to get that into our My Account. And we're working to really listen to our customers about what do they want out of this. But some of our customers don't know what's available. We've been doing a lot of outbound calling to tell our customers that there are LIHEAP dollars available for them. And because many of them have never been in this circumstance before where they couldn't pay their bills, they don't really know what systems are out there to help them. So we've been reaching out both to our small commercial and residential customers to help them get access. We have been working with the states that we serve, so customers don't actually have to apply, that we can do direct from the state to credit their accounts with funding, because people are just overwhelmed with how hard it is to have a hard life. And if you've never been there before and don't know the process, it's not an easy one to learn. I happen to chair our local United Way, and I've learned a lot about it. It's a full-time job being in poverty, because trying to get help is difficult. And we're trying to help our customers find those means to help them, and working with our legislators and senators to make sure that money is available for those customers. Because like I said, many of them have never been in this circumstance before in their lives.
True. I can't put the words, this is truly a kudos to you and broader Alliant team, executive team, and the customer service team and technology team, putting that thoughts together, and honestly to what you use, that being authentic and honest about helping customer. And I think that comes to a point, and I think we all know that for sure. When you help somebody during the tough time, they remember you. And I think there is no wonder why Aligned customer ratings and the customer satisfaction is going up, because customers see that through to definitely the help the Aligned is providing to the broader millions of customers. Thank you, Linda, providing the details about that. As you've seen this pandemic, I think across the globe, we are having a multiple conversations going on. Industries changed for very, very good way, or at the same time, industry got into the very difficult, tough time. What do you see as a trends picked up, or getting into it, which you've seen in the last 12 months, which outliers in front of you? Just want to share some thoughts?
I think as I look forward, personalization with our customers is going to become far more important. So having the systems available that before you pick up the phone, you know what that customer wants. You know who that customer is, and you know where they've been in your systems and possibly in life. You know who's struggling and who has the means and who doesn't. So I think that personalization and understanding that customer beyond their utility bill is going to become really important, which is going to drive us to have an excellent customer relationship management system and great analytics. I think this year, I don't think it matters what industry you're in, analytics and data are really key to understanding the customer and understanding them at a macro and a micro level.
Yes, no, that's true, and you see, because of all that, the digital transformations are getting full speed. I think there is articles coming out from the respective Stanford or Harvard business. The digital transformation in every industry got 10x, 20x speed. So when you see that is coming more faster than, and definitely you were well prepared as a Alliant, and you already got that, in front of the customer. What are the other opportunity you see, and in the industry like utilities? We know that it's a very regulated, it's a very sensitive when we talk about the customers. It's a very integrated, when we talk about from grid to the customer. I think we've seen it what happened in the case of Texas, where the customers were right away looking the information real time from all the utilities, where it is, what's going to happen. When you see that all these, you look these as a great opportunities and the great benefit for both utilities and the customer? Just a little bit outliers, what do you see as opportunities and the benefits?
Well, I see the utility industry is going to change. I don't know that it will get completely deregulated, because I think if Texas has taught us nothing, it's energy and water are life essential. And especially in a developed country like ours, we don't know how to exist without it. So we have to think about what kind of reserves we're going to have and what kind of mix. I hope that we don't get away from that renewable mindset, because from an environmental perspective, we've got to find a way to provide these kind of services in a sustainable way to the environment. And, I do think going digital is part of that. No paper, things that we can do to protect the environment that seem so simple but are important. And I think the majority of our customers want that. We have to find a way to do that at cost effective, so it's not a burden to the customers. And I think looking forward, there are going to be a lot of lessons learned coming out of Texas. In reality, they weren't ready for the cold weather. We live in sub-zero temperatures half the year. So we have things insulated differently and heat tracing and things that they just weren't prepared for. I think they will be in the future. But that all comes at a cost. And how do we do that? Because we have so many people who struggle to pay their bills. We have got to find economical ways to do these things and protect the environment.
No, I think, Lena, I can't agree. I think this the connectivity, affordability, cost to serve to the customer for the most essential commodity, which is water, power, and gas. And I give this credit to the Jason and the team, because one of the conversation between us, when we were preparing for V3, the team put it in front of me, Deepak, what do you think about energy and water? And I said, I'm sorry, because we cannot live without water and we cannot innovate without power or the gas. And I think it's being part of this industry, it's hurt us when doesn't matter if it's a city or a state or any utility goes through that challenge. And when they get to the challenge and the people get impacted, to your point, all the good reasons we want to offer the renewables, we want to be clean, we want to be all good stuff. But everything comes to the point, is what we are offering is reliable or not? Is connected to the customers or not? Is the customers are part of the ecosystems or not? Is what we are offering is for everybody? Is cannot be for pick and choose. I'm sorry, this one conversation come. Yes, we want to be as better than Uber and Amazon of the world and the Google of the world. We get it, but I'm sorry, people choose to go to the Uber and Amazon and the Google, but people have no choice not to go to the utility. This is the most important essential thing. And I give this great credit, to the executives like you, definitely from Aliant and globally every executive of utility. And I salute to utilities executives to run this critical operations, which is not easy. It's just thinking about, I'm sorry, if Amazon think they found the way to, in last 20 years, to figure out how to get the supply chain fixed, utilities do it on their fingertips every day. They supply and demand, they meet that every day, every second. It's the most difficult task. So I'm sorry I get a little bit emotional about these things, but I think this is truly is as a topic we all need to, how we keep transforming, offering more and more, do more for the customers. But affordability and reliability is a very, very important thing.
And we have a great question on chat is how do you keep that personal touch digitally? And I do think there's two pieces to this. We were talking earlier, my parents are still both alive and in their late 80s. And I always think about them and some of the struggles. They're not digitally illiterate by any means, but they do struggle with some of it more than others. I think we're going to have to be available because we have two pretty rural states that we serve. We have customers who don't have internet available to them. I know that's almost beyond what lots of us can even comprehend anymore. So we're starting to lay fiber to get out to some of those rural areas. Not just to operate our systems, but to give customers access. And I think you're always going to have people available, because in the background, there are always people running a business. You can use all the systems you want, but sometimes you have to talk to somebody. and we have to be available for those folks. I think the type of people who are answering the phones are different. We have started to hire different to support the My Account and get people who want to be self-served, and then to help those who maybe don't have that kind of access. So I think you have to think about the channels and how customers move through them, and understanding where those pain points are to make it easy for your customers. But at the same time, make it a personal experience. Anticipate what that customer wants based on prior analytics. So I think you can continue to do that. We had another question about what 3 adjectives would we use to describe the future of customer experience at Aliant. The first one I would say is easy. It should be easy to do business with us. And whether that's self-serve or calling our call centers, it's got to be easy. Personalization would be the second one. Customers have to feel like they're the only one you're serving. They're not just a cog in the wheel. They're important to us. And the third is friendly. I want it to be easy, personalized, and friendly. Customers have to feel like you do care about them, and we do, every single customer. Some need more help than others, and I think we have to have that passion for serving them at that individual level.
I can't more agree. And I think one thing, Linda, I was keep hearing from you before even our conversation, and rather than adding this, I want to add this because this is your own words, because offering that experience or offering that personal, touch through all the platform, which you really actually all the channels too, because I think you always made the point is definitely there will be a customers who wants to connect irrespective of the portal versus native mobile app, which is the trend going in the world, or any other channel like the IVR or text or what the future look like in the bots and all. But at the same time, making the available for them to call in and if they want to call in, because sometimes some people still want to entertain that call. And maybe, I think I cannot put the words into that. I think we all be in that situation when certain digital, and we know that digital is the future to go. But when we are not able to solve the problem and we call the person on the other side of the phone and they're so good, we cannot forget that person. We maybe don't know the real name of the person, but we say, wow, this person was really, and irrespective of the person was on the phone or it was personal interactive. Well, thank you, Linda, for definitely participating and being the part of this, W3Live series. We are admire of Aliant and you and your leadership and broader leadership of Aliant, continuing supporting the customers and offering them a real personal touch, helping them during this pandemic time and moving forward. Looking forward further sessions with you. Thank you and have a great day, everybody. Thank you guys for participating in this W3Live and have a good day.
Thanks, everyone.